Moonstone, A Hard Day's Night, is undoubtedly one of the most unforgettable gems, excuse the pun, to ever grace the Commodore Amiga. Developed by Rob Anderson and published by Mindscape in 1991. A brilliant concoction of role-playing game goodness and enough gore to make a butcher wince. It's a game that manages to stand out in a crowded field, proving that originality can still exist in a world of monsters and mayhem. The game kicks off with a wonderfully atmospheric intro. Think mysterious monks, ominous lightning bolts. Moonstone offers a perfectly decent slice of fantasy, with all the mystical creatures, sword fights, and general nonsense you'd expect, without the need to spend an eternity learning how to use your magic spells or figure out what half of the items in your backpack actually do. This story is quite simple. 4 brave knights must find the Moonstone, a legendary artifact, and return it to Stonehenge. In order to accomplish this difficult mission, you choose your knight and must fight against an uncanny variety of hideous creatures. In the end, only one of the 4 knights will be the victor, and to add a bit of competition into the mix. As every self-respecting hero knows, when a powerful gem gets smashed into pieces, it's only a matter of time before someone with a sword and terrible decision-making skills decides to put it all back together. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a few mates around, Moonstone lets you drag up to 4 players into its blood-soaked adventure. Yes, you and your pals can duke it out for supremacy, which, let's face it, means you'll probably end up hitting your friends with swords more than you'll hit the actual monsters. Think of it like a Royal Rumble, but with more blood and less spandex. The game kicks off with a lovely map of the fantasy world, which is split into 4 distinctly grimy regions. The lovely swamp, the cheerful wastelands, a charming forest, if you like things that want to eat you, and a prairie, which is probably where the cows live, but not for long. It's a lovely touch really. There's also a sort of day-night cycle where some of the monsters actually become weaker or stronger, and your knight slows down when walking through difficult terrain on the map screen, as if they're slightly annoyed to be trudging through yet another swamp. Depending on the knight you pick, you'll start in one of these delightful locations, each more hazardous than the last. The ultimate goal is to find the Moonstone in the legendary Valley of Gods. But there's a slight catch, which there usually is with such games. First, you'll need to collect the 4 keys to the valley, each hidden in a different region. It's basically a giant scavenger hunt. If scavenger hunts included fighting grotesque monsters, spilling entrails everywhere, and the odd bit of screaming. Let's not beat about the bush though. The real highlight of Moonstone is its utterly bonkers selection of creatures. From the moment you step foot in the game, you'll find yourself up to your eyeballs in an assortment of vile, bloodthirsty horrors. When you encounter a beast, whether it's a dragon, a mudman, or a horde of ratmen that look like they've been forced to wear chainmail, the game shifts to a side-scrolling beat-em-up, where you can hack and slash your way through the enemies. However, this is where things get a bit, well, quaint visually. The sprites are big, and the backdrop's also nice. Monsters like trolls, goblins, and assorted fiends will rush at you with more enthusiasm than a dog spotting a frisbee, and they're absolutely brilliant in terms of animation and sound design. These nasties growl, hiss, scream, and, if you're lucky, fall apart dramatically when you land a well-timed sword blow. Oh, and expect blood. Lots of blood. Before gaining a bit of confidence and ability with your warrior, however, you will no doubt find yourself eaten alive, strangled, drowned into mud, hanged, or splattered all around the screen. Gore is the main reason this game was such a cult classic, as rarely had so much blood and guts been seen in a computer game. You can literally cut your enemies in half, crush them to the ground, behead them, and the same can be done to you. For the sensitive ones, gore can be removed at the beginning with an option, but this just takes away a big part of the fun. While most of the action revolves around fights, there are also classic role-playing elements. Outside the fighting, the game offers some lovely little RPG-style diversions. a couple of towns pop up across the map, and when you enter one, you're met with a host of options. You can buy healing potions and weapons, or head to a tavern where you can try your luck at dice. Special characters such as Mithril the Mystic can also be found, who can help you with his arcane knowledge. The magical items can be very useful, enabling you to turn into a hawk and move faster on the map, steal items from other knights without fighting, spy into a lair to discover what the treasure is beforehand, and so on. The genius of Moonstone is that it keeps things fresh. Each time you load the game, the locations of treasures and keys shift, so no two playthroughs are ever quite the same. The knights themselves are pretty much carbon copies of one another in terms of abilities, but where you start adds a bit of variety to the mix. And if you're down to less than 4 players, the computer will kindly step in to control the remaining knights to ensure you have more enemies to chop down. What really makes Moonstone stand out though, is how easy it is to get into. There's no messing about with confusing icons or inventory management. Just pick your knight, get on with it, and before you know it, you're slashing through the wilderness, collecting shards and trying not to get eaten by yet another mudman. And, as you go along, you gain new skills and abilities. Ultimately, the quicker you learn from your mistakes, the easier it gets to take down the bigger, nastier monsters. Saying that though, just when you're feeling super strong and confident, Moonstone does tend to play a bit dirty. The more experience you gain, the harder the game gets. Buy yourself a new shiny sword or armour, thinking you're invincible. Think again, my friend. Suddenly, you're facing off against 3 or 4 trolls at once. Yes, because that's just what you wanted after all that training. It's a brilliant and slightly infuriating mechanic that ensures Moonstone never feels too easy. In conclusion, Moonstone, A Hard Day's Night, deserves a place in every Amiga fan's collection, simply for its unique blend of gore, gameplay, and incredibly addictive nature. It's the kind of game that makes you want to slap a thank you card on your desk, because it was an absolute pleasure to play. We've all been begging for years for a sequel. Yes please. With even more bizarre monsters, and even bloodier combat, just to let off a bit of steam, and purge ourselves once more from all those primeval urges. Get it played today. Massive thumbs up. Thanks for watching guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to let us know your experiences with Moonstone in the comment section. An absolute classic, right? Well, I definitely thought so. If you're enjoying these nostalgic memories, then I kindly ask for you to consider subscribing to the channel and continuing with me on this epic journey down memory lane. With loads of your favourite Amiga games already up on the channel playlist and a ton of Commodore 64 games too, it'd be great for fans of the Commodore Retro to join us on this nostalgic road trip. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.